Hey guys, before we start down the path of terms and symbols, it's important for you to realize that these terms and symbols are going to fall into roughly three different categories. Those are things to do with tempo, things to do with dynamics, and things to do with what we call articulations. It's going to be important for you to be able to tell the difference between these three. The tempo is the rate of speed of the beat. Remember, the beat is the steady underlying pulse in all of music. And so the tempo is how fast that beat is going. All right. Dynamics is how we describe intensity in the music, whether those sounds that we hear are going to be loud or soft. And then articulations have to do with when we see the music in the notes in the music, how do we play each specific pitch? These articulations cover a lot of different things. And so as we go through, you'll be able to see what those are. If you've already done some of the extra rhythm things, you know that some of these symbols that look like rhythm symbols are actually articulations, right? Like slurs are marks of articulation, and slurs look a lot like ties, which make notes longer. So there you go. The first set of stuff we're going to take a look at, though, for today are what we call dynamics. These are the louds and softs. Now, we have here a table that has the English equivalent for what these dynamics are. The Italians were the first to describe some of these things, so we use Italian instead of the English equivalents. Each equivalent has its own Italian word, and then how that is abbreviated within the music. So if we start at the two basic categories, we have loud, which the Italian word is forte, and forte also doesn't really mean loud in Italian. It means strong. Your breakfast cereal in the morning. Breakfast cereal has no nutritional value to it, and so they have to fortify it. Fortify has the same Latin root as the Italian word forte, to make stronger. All right, you're going to see it in the music, and it looks like a big stylized italicized letter F. Okay, the other major division other than loud is soft, and that is piano. Now, piano, you may think, well, that's the instrument. What is that? No, the instrument is either the pianoforte or the forte piano, depending on, who you talk to, but that is its complete name. It's an instrument that could play both loud and soft and change from loud to soft really quickly. And so that's why most keyboard instruments before were either super loud, like the organ, or super soft, like the clavichord or the clavier. They're very soft. The piano could play both. So in the music, you're going to see this abbreviated with a stylized italicized letter P. Now, we use different terms on top of forte and piano to give us the differences between just loud and soft. If we're taking a look at the very loudest you can play, that is fortissimo. Issimo is the suffix that in Italian means even more. So like in the United States, in English, we say someone is tall, but if someone else comes by who is, of a greater stature, we call that other person taller. ER on the end. So in Italian, issimo is the suffix. So if you see somebody who's way good looking and you say, ah, che bello, and you see somebody else who's even more good looking, ah, bellissimo, right? It's just the way it works in Italian. So that abbreviation is two letter Fs right next to each other. And then very soft, or as soft as possible, is pianissimo, and then two letters, two P's right next to each other. Okay, if we're going to do something that is neither very loud or loud, but kind of in the middle, we're going to use the Italian word mezzo. Mezzo, like pizza, has two Z's. That way you know how to say it. In Italian, they're very fond of things that look like they're spelled the same but maybe have just double consonants. And if you don't pronounce them the same, you're saying a different letter. So a totally different word. So you have to be really careful because mezzo means like half done, right? So mezzo is medium, medium loud, mezzo forte. In the music, you're going to see that as MF. And mezzo piano, pardon, you're going to see that as MP. Now, these are great for static dynamics, but the great thing about music isn't that it has the same dynamics all throughout, but that dynamics can change. And so if dynamic levels change, we use different symbols, and these ones are, they look sort of like the symbols you see in math. This one looks like the less than symbol. As you can see, it goes from something tiny to something bigger. And that means that you are gradually getting louder in dynamics. They call that crescendo. It comes from the Italian verb crescere, which means to grow. Yeah, so like flowers, the crescendo, they grow. And so if you're growing in dynamics, you're getting louder. And then the opposite of that is what looks like the greater than sign. The Italian word for that is diminuendo, like the same Latin root as, or it's like a cognate, something that sounds the same and means the same in English. Our word diminish. But a lot of people in the United States don't use diminuendo. They use the non-Italian word decrescendo. Decrescendo, I even use them interchangeably. It's just not a very precise way to do it because decrescere is not an Italian verb. People in Italy would be like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense, right? So there you are. These are the symbols. You most likely see them depending on the music that you're looking at, either within the two sets of staff lines if you're looking at like a piano part, or if it's looking for your own part, sometimes they are above and sometimes they are below. So if you're only just looking on the staff, you will never see these. So please make sure you're looking all around. If you read the ink, you'll know exactly what to do. Good luck.